and equal opportunity.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, 3rd October 2024, being the report of the Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration on an inquiry into the diversity and inclusivity in the staff composition of state agencies in Kenya.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
The Senate Majority Leader. That motion will be deferred till next week, under instructions from the Majority Leader. That order will be deferred till next week. The Chairperson, Standing Committee on National Cohesion. Or any member of that committee. I thought Senator Chimera just laid a paper on behalf of the chair. Yes, Senator Joyce, you may proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to give a notice of the following motion that the Senate adopts progress report of the Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunities and Regional Integration into an inquiry on the diversity and inclusivity in the staff composition of the agencies in Kenya, laid on the table of the Senate Thursday, 3rd October 2024.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on County Public Investments and Special Funds. Senator Tabitha, what is that for? It's for Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice that the Senate adopts the reports of the Select Committee on County Public Investments and Special Funds on its consideration of the audit reports for the financial years 2018-2019, which is in volume number 6, 2019-2020, which is in volume number 7, and 2020-2021, which is in volume number 9. For Eldama Ravine, Eldoret, Embu, Githunguri, Homa Bay, Kahuti, Kakamega, Kapenguria, Kapsabet, Nandi, Karuri, Kericho, Kiambu, Kibwezi, Makindu, Kikuyu, Kitui, Lamu, Limuru, Madhira, Matungulu, Kangundo, Boni, Meru, Municipal Councils of Machakos, Murang'a, Murang'a South, Naivasha, Nakuru Rural, Nakuru City, Narok, Ol Kalau, Ol Kajiado, Othaya, Mukurweni, Ruiru, Juja, Sibo, Tavevo, Tetu Abadea, and Water, Sanitation and Sewerage Services Company laid on the table of the Senate on the Wednesday, 2nd October 2024. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, before I allow the clerk to call the next order, I have the following communication. Honorable Senators, as you may have noticed, take your seat, Senator Hazana. The Senate Majority Leader laid on the table of the Senate this afternoon the following reports. Report by the National Treasury and Economic Planning on all new loans contracted by the Government of Kenya from the 1st of May 2024 to 31st of August 2024. And two, a report on the micro, small, and medium enterprises credit guarantee scheme performance for the period between 1st of July 2023 to 30th of June 2024. The report on all new loans contracted by the Government of Kenya from 1st of May 2024 to 31st of August 2024 contains details on all new loans signed between the national government and various creditors for the stated period. Section 31(1) of the Public Finance Management Act states as follows. The Cabinet Secretary shall submit to Parliament every 4 months a report of all loans made to the national government entities, and county governments in accordance with Article 211(2) of the Constitution. Pursuant to Section 31(3) of the Public Finance Management Act, the report submitted to Parliament contains the following: the names of the parties to the loan, the amount of the loan, and the currency in which it is expressed and in which it is repayable, the terms and conditions of the loan, including interest and other charges payable, and the terms of repayment, the amount of the loan advanced at the time the report is submitted, and the purpose for which the loan was used, and the perceived benefits of the loan, and such other information as the Cabinet Secretary may consider appropriate. Now, Honorable Senators, on the other hand, the report on the micro, small, and medium enterprise credit guarantee scheme performance for the period between 1st of July 2023 to the 30th of June 2024 contains credit guarantees issued to MSMEs for the stated period. Section 59A of the Public Finance Management Act states as follows. The Cabinet Secretary shall prepare a statement of the credit guarantees granted under Section 58(5) and a summary therein in such detail as the Cabinet Secretary may determine. 2, the Cabinet Secretary shall, at least once in every year, submit to Parliament the summary prepared under Section 1, together with a report of the following: the total value of credit guarantees given during that period, B, the totals liquidated during that period, C, the total value of outstanding credit guarantees on the date of the report, D, the risk assessment of the credit guarantees or classes of guarantees, and E, information on the total value of credit guarantees disaggregated into the number of enterprises owned by women, youth, and persons with disabilities which have been guaranteed. And F, information on the total value of credit guarantees disaggregated into the number of micro, small, and medium enterprises guaranteed by the respective regions, and G, any other relevant information prescribed by regulations for the purpose of this section. Now, Honorable Senators, given the significance of the national debt in our public finance management framework, and further cognizant of the motion passed by the Senate on the 24th of July 2024 on the state of the nation, calling on the government to take action to reduce the national debt, including undertaking an independent audit of the same by the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget, I hereby commit the report by the National Treasury and Economic Planning on the new loans contracted by the Government of Kenya from 1st of May 2024 to the 31st of August 2024, and the report on the micro, small, and medium enterprise credit guarantee scheme performance for the period between 1st of July 2023 to 30th of June 2024 to the said committee for consideration. I thank you. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Statement pursuant to Standing Order 53-1. The Honorable David Wakoli. That statement is dropped. Senator Hezena Lemantian.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I have two statements. I beg to read them together. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources regarding mining activities in Samburu County. In the statement, the committee should 1. Inquire on the ongoing mining activities in Samburu County, specifically determining whether adequate public participation was conducted prior to the commencement of these activities. Secondly, provide details of all local and foreign entities engaged in the mining operations and confirm whether they are licensed and compliant with the mining strategic mineral, specifically regulations of 2017. And third, assess the benefits accruing to the local community from these mining activities and establish whether individuals whose land is being utilized for the mining purposes have been compensated. Senator Ezena Lemalitian, date 26th September 2024. I have a second statement.
Proceed, Senator, with the second statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to the Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing regarding the dilapidated state of roads and distribution of budget allocation towards road projects in Samburu County. In the statement, the committee should 1. Provide a comprehensive report on the status of all roads within Samburu County under the jurisdiction of the county government, stating the challenges that have contributed to the dilapidated state of certain roads and enumerate areas most affected. Secondly, disclose the total budgetary allocation in the financial year 2023-2024 and financial year 2024-2025 for road construction, repair, maintenance by the county government of Samburu, disclosing how the budget has been distributed among various road projects with details of the specific allocations for different road segments, specifying how much has been utilized so far on new road construction projects and for maintenance of existing ones, along with expected timelines for completion of such projects. Thirdly, outline any plans by the county government to carry out maintenance on the deteriorating roads with specific focus on inspection frequency and criteria for prioritizing repairs, including the expected timelines for the repair and rehabilitation of dilapidated roads. And last but not least, state measures put in place to ensure transparency, accountability in the use of funds earmarked for road projects in Samburu County, explaining how the county government verifies progress and adherence to project timelines. Senator Ezena Lemalitian, 1st of October. Thank you.
Senator Beth Siango.
Mr. Speaker, I request to read on our behalf as per her request. May I proceed?
Proceed, Honorable Senator.
Thank you so much. On the registration and licensing of early childhood development education, ECDE centers. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the registration, licensing, governance, and management of early childhood development and education centers across the country. Mr. Speaker, while county governments are responsible for primary education, the registration, license, and management of ECDC centers remain under the national government. Though these functions should be devolved as provided for under Part 2 of the 4th Schedule of the Constitution. In the statement, the committee should, 1, examine the legality of certain centers of the Basic Education Act 2013, such as Section 17, which establishes county education boards as national government agencies. 2, explain the reasons for the delay in developing the registration, licensing, governance, and management of ECD centers to county governments. And lastly, outline any measures the national government is taking in collaboration with the county governments to ensure the full devolution of these functions in line with the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Senator Beth Siango. Thank you.
Senator Hamida Kibwana. Senator Chimera, you may proceed to read Senator Wakoli's request for a statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Honorable Senator David Wakoli, Senator for Bungoma County, I wish to request for a statement on the management of Kitinda Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 531 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism regarding the management of Kitinda Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society in Bungoma County. In the statement, the committee should, number 1, explain the governance structure of the Kitinda Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society, disclosing the names of the members of the management and supervisory committees, the respective number of shares held by these members, as well as the duration for which they have held the shares. Number 2, provide a list of all members of the cooperative society, indicating the number of shares held by each member and when they were last paid dividends. Number 3, table the minutes of the most recent special or annual general meeting of the cooperative society, as well as the financial statements of the society for the last 2 years, specifying the respective incomes and expenditures. Number 4, outline the reforms undertaken by the current management committee since assuming control of the cooperative society, indicating the current vis-a-vis previous milk intake and debt portfolio. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, explain why the current managing director was appointed to the position despite having been previously dismissed from the society on fraud allegations. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tabitha Mutinda, you may proceed to read the statement by Senator Hamida Kibwana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of Senator Hamida Kibwana, I would like to read her statement on the rise of entertainment joints and nightclubs in residential areas within Nairobi City County. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1, seek a statement from the Standing Committee of National Security, Defense, and Foreign Relations regarding the increasing number of entertainment joints and nightclubs operating within residential areas in Nairobi County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, determine whether the rise of this establishment is due to a licensing or regulatory gap and whether the relevant authorities are enforcing zoning laws effectively. Secondly, provide details on the licensing process for nightclubs and entertainment joints in residential areas and whether specific guidelines exist to protect residential zones from such commercial activities. 3, investigate the impact of these establishments on children and teenagers, particularly in terms of exposure to noise, inappropriate behavior, and social vices like drugs and substance abuse. 4, recommend measures to mitigate the negative effects of these establishments with a focus of protection of minors and maintenance of peace and safety in communities. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, establish the role of county and national government authorities in regulating such establishment and identify policy gaps that need addressing to enhance enforcement of laws and protection of residential areas. This is on behalf of Senator Hamida Kibwana.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the placement of students in public and private universities. In the statement, the committee should, 1, provide a status report on the number of students allocated to each public and private university in the last 3 intakes and the criteria used for such allocation, outlining the declared capacity of each university versus the actual student enrollment. 2, state the criteria used to determine the cut-off points for each course and explain the variance of cut-off points for similar courses across different universities. 3, disclose the budgeted and actual capitation disbursed to each university, along with total funding to public universities over the last 3 years. 4, report on the number of teaching staff in all public universities and confirm compliance.
Order, honorable senators.
4,
Majority Leader should take a lead in...
4, report on the number of teaching staff in all public universities and confirm compliance with the approved lecturer to student ratio. 5, provide details of the number of students placed in private universities during the most recent intake, as well as policy documents, regulations, and approvals explaining the capacity and financial challenges faced by public universities as a result of this. 6, explain whether public participation was conducted before the decision by the government to place students in private universities. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
What is the issue, Majority Leader?
I want to bring it to your attention that
Senator Eddy, Senator Funandi, Senator Wakili Sigei. As you take your seat, kindly read Standing Order 118. I'll come back to you later. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to make a humble request to you to maybe you indulge us as a House, given that we have very important legislative business that we want to transact this afternoon at this Division of Revenue, that given that we have the requisite quorum in the House at this time, if you may permit, Speaker, in accordance with Standing Order number 1, that we do conduct that particular exercise, then we can revert back to statements immediately we are done. This is important, Mr. Speaker, given that counties continue to await the decision of Senate on this matter before, and there's still a long way out, especially given how the vote may turn out in the Senate, that may necessitate many other processes. So I want to humbly plead that if we may do that right now.
Very well. Pursuant to Standing Order 45-2, for the convenience of the House, I will move to rearrange the sequence of today's order paper so that we prosecute order number 10 and thereafter resume the normal flow as contained in today's order paper. Clerk, proceed.
Order number 10, Division of Revenue, Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024. Second reading, division.
Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the division bell for 5 minutes.
Well, the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Amason Kingi, has just directed that the quorum bell be rung for 5 minutes. This followed the request by the Senate leader of the majority party, who had asked the Speaker that a vote that had been postponed to today to be done this afternoon. This vote is in regards to the consideration on the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill for the year 2024. Let's now have a look at this Division of Revenue Bill. This being a bill that has also been done by the National Assembly. The Division of Revenue Bill seeks to provide for equitable sharing of the revised revenue raised nationally by the national government, and this is among the national government and the county governments. So technically, this is a bill that guides the disbursement of monies to counties. The Division of Revenue Act provides for the total shareable revenue, which is 2.9 trillion shillings out of the 2.5 trillion shillings that was allocated to the national government, and Kenya shillings 400 billion that was allocated to the county governments. Following the rejection of the Finance Bill 2024, the revenue that the government had initially projected to collect has reduced, and this figure has been revised downwards, leading to a reduction of 346 billion shillings. And equally, to address the shortfall of the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill number 2024, the bill proposes to reduce the amount allocated to the county governments to 380 billion shillings, this representing 5.8% of the total revenue shortfall, which is 20.12 billion shillings. Allow me to hand over back to the chamber.
Now, honorable senators, we are going into division of order number 10. Kindly pull out your card from the delegate unit, and the sergeant at arms walk around and pick any card that is unattended. Senator Karen Nyamu, take your seat. Sergeant at arms, are we good to go? Thank you. Now, honorable senators, I'll proceed to put the question. You may now log back as I proceed to put the question that the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024 be now read a second time. You may proceed to vote. Honorable Senator Cheptumo, kindly proceed to the dispatch and cast your vote. Okay. Order, honorable senators, Senator Mundigi and Senator Osotsi. As the deputy party leader, you should show us a better way of doing this. Now, the result of the division is as follows: ayes 28, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Division of Revenue Act.
Sergeant at arms, you may now withdraw the bar and open the doors. Now, honorable senators, before I allow the clerk to call the next order, I have the following communication to make. As you may recall, at the sitting of the Senate held on Wednesday, 2nd of October 2024, the Senate Majority Leader rose on a point of order seeking the guidance of the Speaker on how senators should conduct themselves pending the determination of a motion in the National Assembly, which may find its way to the Senate. Two more senators, namely Senator Samson Cherangay, MP, and Senator Enoch Wambua, MP, rose in support of the point of order. In the point of order, the Senate Majority Leader expressed concern that some senators may have made utterances at various fora on this particular matter, and further that some senators may also have proceeded to express their view on the matter one way or the other. It is in the public domain that a motion has been filed in the National Assembly on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. In accordance with Article 145 and 150 of the Constitution, this is a matter that may be referred to the Senate for consideration and determination. However, as this matter is currently before the National Assembly, Standing Order 1015 provides as follows: it shall be out of order for a senator to criticize or call to question the proceedings in the National Assembly. As such, therefore, I caution all honorable senators to desist on commenting on the proceedings in the National Assembly on this particular matter. With respect to general comments of honorable senators on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Deputy President, I refer honorable senators to the requirements of Article 145(2), which requires the Speaker of the National Assembly to notify the Speaker of the Senate if a motion to remove from office by impeachment of the Deputy President is supported by at least 2/3 of all members of the National Assembly. Action then will be required of the Senate on the resolution pursuant to Article 145(3) of the Constitution. The Senate, being the trial chamber on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Deputy President, will be sitting as a quasi-judicial body to hear and determine the matter. Comments made, whether written or spoken, may prejudice the just outcome of the process, not only in the Senate, but also in the National Assembly, as this is a function undertaken by both houses of Parliament. Now, honorable senators, earlier today, I received documents from the County Assembly of Kericho on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County. At an appropriate time, I will communicate the message received from the Kericho County Assembly on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Governor of Kericho County. On the impeachment procedure of a county governor, this will be the 6th hearing that the Senate will undertake in the 13th Parliament. I expect that honorable senators are familiar with the rules of procedure pursuant to Section 33 of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 80 of the Senate. Like the hearing and determination of proposed removal of the Deputy President, the trial chamber for such removal of a governor is the Senate. Similarly, comments made on the matter, whether written or spoken, in relation to the proposed removal from office of the Governor of Kericho County may prejudice the just outcome of the process and the fair determination of the hearing. Honorable Senators, I urge you to remain cognizant that comments on the impeachment process by honorable senators may be relied on by other parties here in the Senate and in courts of law, as was the case in the High Court petition number E425 of 2020, Mike Sonkumbuvi Gideon Kioko versus the Office of the Attorney General and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission and 6 others. In this instance, the petitioner sought to argue that remarks made by an honorable member of the Senate had eroded the capacity of the Senate as an adjudicating body in terms of Article 47 of the Constitution. I cannot therefore emphasize enough that comments by senators on matters that may come before the Senate or are already before the Senate will certainly attract some measure of scrutiny, some of which may be construed to mean that an outcome, one way or the other, has already been determined. As such, therefore, during the pendency of these impeachment processes in Parliament, and more particularly in the Senate, I wish to caution honorable senators to desist from publicly commenting on the merits or demerits of the matters. Doing so would amount to anticipation of debate, which is itself is an infringement of Standing Order 99 of the Senate. It will also amount to a gross disorderly conduct within the meaning of Standing Order 122.1 of the Senate Standing Orders. Kindly be guided accordingly. Thank you. The next order.
Order number 11, Committee of the Whole. The Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024. Senator Sigei.
Honorable members, let us resume our seats. Order, honorable members. We are now on the committee of the whole. Senator Omogeni. Order, Senator Mundigi. Resume your seat, please. Honorable members, we are in the committee of the whole on the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024. Let's call out, clerk call the relevant clauses.
Clause 2.
Clause 2, honorable members, I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. I call upon the chairperson standing committee on finance and budget to read the amendments or the proposed amendments. Chairman Sindaroba.
No, it's okay. Hi, how are you?
The Vice Chairperson proceeds to read the proposed amendments.
Chair, I do beg to move that the Clause 2 amendments be adopted as proposed.
Now, honorable members, I now propose the question that Clause 2 be amended as proposed, and I put the question that Clause 2 be amended as proposed. Division shall be at the end.
Clause 3.
Senator Tabitha, proceed to the dispatch. Let's proceed to Clause 3. Senator Tabitha.
Chair, I do beg to move that Clause 3 be amended as it appears in the order paper. Oh, I read the Clause 3.
Senator Tabitha, Clause
Yes.
3 is actually for deletion.
Yes.
Kindly properly go through.
Mr. Chair, I do beg that the Clause 3 be amended by deleting as proposed in the order paper. Deleting.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that Clause 3 be deleted, and I put the question that Clause 3 be deleted. Division at the end. Clause 4.
Clause 4.
Senator Osotsi, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, this is a very important piece of legislation. How I would wish that the mover also explains the import of the amendments. Yeah? Because, for example, Mr. Speaker, the first amendment, where they are talking about to provide for a downward revision of the projected ordinary revenue. Can we just be explained to so that we understand what is the import of this?
Very well, Senator Osotsi.
I know the importance of passing this bill, but I think I have been in this process before, and I think the mover has a responsibility to explain the justification of the amendment.
Senator Osotsi, very well, that's taken, point taken. From the next Clause 4 going forward, the mover may need to explain the import of some of those proposed amendments. However, for purposes of the House, Senator Osotsi, remember we have debated this, and I recall that you did indeed debate and raise the concerns that you had leading to the proposed amendments. Senator Roba, proceed to deal with Clause 4. I propose the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill.
Okay. I beg to move that Clause 4 be amended as proposed in the order paper, that the bill be amended by deleting the proposed new schedule and substitute thereof with the following schedule as published in the order paper.
Honorable members, Senator Kio, allow the chairperson to run us through the proposed amendments. Chairman, proceed. I have given directions that you allow the chairperson. I'm ruling you out of order. Proceed, Senator Robert.
Okay. Okay.
Senator Robert, proceed. Senator Kio, allow Senator Robert to proceed.
What is the difficulty in explaining? What's the problem?
I will explain.
Senator Ososi asked for an explanation.
Senator Kio, Wambua. Senator Wambua.
But he's doing clause 4.
Senator Wambua.
That's clause 3. That's what you're asking. He will not pass laws like this.
Senator Wambua, take your seat.
I will take my seat, but let them
take your seat. Senator Roba.
Okay,
proceed.
Thank you very much. Can you protect me so I can
proceed? Majority Leader,
okay.
Senator Wambua.
Members.
Senator Wambua. Senator Wambua, please allow Senator Roba to be heard in silence. Senator Sifuna, allow the chairperson to explain. Allow the chairperson to continue. Allow. Senator Roba, proceed. Senator Roba, please proceed.
No, I'm proceeding. Okay. Just for explanation.
Senator Eddie, Senator Wambua.
No, it's
Senator Roba.
In this environment.
Senator
okay.
Roba, proceed.
Klaus, when the National Assembly amended the DORA, what they have introduced is a clause that has not been in practice for the last 10 years that we have passed DORA before that, which is that of that wherever there is projection of any shortfall, that shortfall, it will necessitate amendment where the county government and national government will share proportionately that. Now we have deleted that provision because it's not tenable, and that is what is being deleted. Okay?
But you guys were shouting.
Now for clause 4, the schedule is presented. It only covers a reduction on shareable revenue because the situation discussed by the memorandum sent necessitated reduction of shareable revenue. So it proposes reduction of shareable revenue from almost 3 trillion to 2.631 for overall shareable revenue, and then proposes further reduction for national government to 2.223 trillion, while maintaining the county government share of revenue at 400.116 as passed in the previous DORA enacted.
That's okay.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank you. Yes.
I now propose that clause 4 be amended as proposed, and I put the question that clause 4 be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Senator Cherige, let's allow this process to progress. And honorable members, the most unfortunate thing is that you have had all these documents for the last couple of weeks. You don't read, hence the explanation. Let us proceed. Senator Roba, the title and clause 1.
The title and clause 1.
I propose the question that the title and clause 1 be part of the bill, and I put the question that the title and clause 1 be part of the bill. Division at the end. Honorable members, we are now reporting on the bill, and I wish to call upon the mover, the majority leader, to move.
Mr. Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate in its consideration of the Division of Revenue, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
I now put the question that the committee do report to the Senate in consideration of the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Honorable Senators, Mr. Speaker. So you'll report back.
On the senators, have your seats. Honorable senators, I highly discourage the exchange between the two sides. So let us have some order. So, Chairperson. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Thank you. Mover.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I beg to request Senator Eddie Okech to second.
Senator Eddie Okech. Give Senator Eddie the mic.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
Sorry, our officer here, Ms. Gainden, the chair. So I think what you have done is not right. So we will first go to the division. We resume committee of the whole? Yes. Sergeant Adams, we are going back to the committee of the whole.
Honorable members, let's resume our seats. Sergeant at Arms, could you please ring the quorum bell for 5 minutes?
A 5 minutes division bell, as guided by the chair of the Committee of the Whole, Honorable Senator Wakili Hilary Sigei. And these 5 minutes has been a directive to ensure that senators who had stepped outside the chambers are back in the chamber this afternoon to allow the House complete the consideration of various clauses and provisions under the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill of 2024. The objective and the purpose of this act is to amend the Division Act of 2024 to provide for equitable sharing of the shortfall in revenue raised nationally, and has been occasioned by the downfall and the downward revision of the projected ordinary revenue among the national government and the county governments.
Members, we had dealt with, the last one was the title and clauses. We were done with clauses, and we are now on divisions. And honorable members, clause for deletion, I would like to put the question that clause 3 be deleted. Clauses with amendments, I put the question that the first one is clauses for deletion. I put the question that clause 3 be deleted. And then we vote, right? Honorable members, the question is clause 3 that is supposed to be deleted, and as many as are of that opinion, well, honorable members, we are now running to vote on clause 3, that is for deletion, and we are voting electronically. We are starting with the deletions first, honorable members. Then we will go to clauses for amendment. So the first one we are dealing with is clause 3, which is for deletion. Yes, please. Honorable members, log in. Honorable members, log out, then log in. And I ask the Sergeant at Arms to pull out unattended cards from the delegates' point. Members, you may log in and vote. Start voting now. I can't vote here.
You can just manually, yeah. Also, their concern actually, I noticed, is because of this clause, the clause 2.
Senator Jumaboy and Senator Samson Cherargei. We will proceed to the next vote, then we will announce the results of division later. We dealing with clauses with amendments. Honorable Senators, I now put the question that clauses 2 and 4 be amended as proposed. Log out from your delegates and log in and proceed to vote. This is clauses 2 and 4. You can start voting now. Members, you proceed to vote. Time for voting is running out.
Come to selection. Here.
Selection, let's see the list.
Senator Omogeni, Senator Karungu Dangwa, ngoja kidogo wachore ile. Who's not voted? Omogeni? Yeah. Kamau Joseph?
Yes, sir.
Senator Kamau, you are there as well. You need to vote.
Senator Mazai?
Yeah, Senator Mazayo, Senator Mogeni,
Senator Kamau, Tangwa. They are all here. Senator Jumaboy, Isa.
And Deputy Speaker, he was away from his seat.
Deputy Speaker.
Yeah. You vote from there.
Kamau is okay, is it?
Senator Kamau.
Kamau is okay.
Kamau is not okay, he's right here.
So the five of you, Senator Thangwa, Omogeni, Madzayo, Kamau, and Isa Jumaboy. Thank you, leader.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
Matthew is here. He has voted.
Honorable members, we are done with clauses with amendments. That was clause 2 and 4. We are now on all clauses. And I put the question that clause 2 as amended, clause 4 as amended, the title and clause 1 be part of the bill. You may now proceed to vote. Senator Thangwa. Senator Mbugua, approach the desk. Senator Karen Nyamu, you're in the chamber. Resume your seat and recall the directions given previously by the Speaker on the conduct of members while in the chamber with regards to their phones. Honorable members, these are the results of division on clause 3. The ayes 29, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. On clauses 2 and 4, this is the second division. Ayes 28, nays 0, abstentions 0. The ayes have it. And lastly, the results of the third division, that is on all clauses, ayes 28, nays 0, and abstentions 0. The ayes have it. The Majority Leader, please proceed to move.
Sini, I have it. Oh. I beg, Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments. And now, as many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Honorable Senators, Mr. Speaker,
So, Senators, kindly, honour members, don't leave the chamber. We have another division, the last one. Chairperson of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Mover. Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I request Senator Eddie Okech to second.
Senator Eddie Okech.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As many as of the similar opinion say aye. Aye. As those of the contrary opinion say nay. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2024, be now read a third time. I request the Senator for Nairobi, Senator Edwin Sifuna.
Before you second, there is a senator with a phone, with a speaker. Who is that senator? Sanjay Times, can you frisk that senator? And you take away the phone? Or you switch it off? You out of order, Senator Mwenda Gatai.
You're watching funny movies in the afternoon.
So proceed. Proceed and request you are the second of the...
Mr. Speaker, you know the people of Tharaka previously had sent a very serious senator. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill, number 38 of 2024, be now read a third time. I request the Senator of Nairobi, Senator Edwin Sifuna, to second.
Senator Edwin Sifuna.
Honorable Chair, I second.
On the question that I put, I remember I said the Highs have it. If I didn't, then I confirm that the Highs have it. Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, be now read at that time. Okay. I put the question that the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, be now read at that time. We are now, and we are voting electronically. Now, proceed and vote. All the senators, Senator Medu, Senator Kale Nyamu, Honorable member, let us have order number 8 and 9. Order, next order. There is a voice vote, yes.
Order number 8, motion. Report of the 66th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference held in Accra, Ghana from 30th September to 6th October 2023.
Order, senators, Senator Chimera, Medu, Senator Medu. Honorable Senators, I put the question that the Senate notes the report of the 66th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference held in Accra, Ghana from 30th September to 6th October 2023, laid on the table of the Senate on 15th February 2024. I confirm we have quorum, so I go ahead and put the question that will as many as are that opinion say aye. Aye. Will as many as those of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion. Report of the joint sittings of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning of the National Assembly and the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget of the Senate on approval hearing of Mr. David Kibet Kemei, nominee for appointment to the position of Director General of the Competition Authority.
All the senators. All the senators. I again confirm that we have quorum, so I proceed to put the question that the Senate adopts the report of the joint sittings of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning of the National Assembly and the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget of the Senate on the approval hearing of Mr. David Kibet Kemei, nominee for appointment as the Director General of the Competition Authority, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 26 September 2024, and that pursuant to Section 12(1) of the Competition Act and the Sections 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, the Senate approves the nomination of Mr. David Kibet Kemei for appointment as the Director General of the Competition Authority. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of that of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So, yeah, Honorable Senators, we are going back to the statements understanding under 56(1)A. And I request the chairperson, Justice, Legal Affairs, and Human Rights.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to read this statement from the Committee of Justice and Legal Affairs and Human Rights on the amendments proposed by the committee to the House of Parliament Bicameral Relations Bill 2023, National Assembly Bills number 44 of 2023.
Honourable Senators, Senator Mudigi, consulting law to Scandal and standing on 118 has given clear directions on how to behave in the chamber.
Thank you for that protection, Honorable Speaker. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 56(1) of the Senate standing orders to make a statement relating to a matter for which the committee is responsible, namely the proposed amendments to the Houses of Parliament Bicameral Relations Bill 2023, National Assembly Bills number 44 of 2023. Honorable Speaker, the Houses of Parliament Bicameral Relations Bill 2023, National Assembly Bills number 44 of 2023 seeks to provide for how a joint resolution of a question relating to the nature of a bill under Article 110, Sub-Article 3 of the Constitution is to be made. The bill also deals with matters relating to co-sponsoring of bills and conduct of joint proceedings, including joint sittings of the Houses, joint committees, and mediation committees. Mr. Speaker, the bill was published on 28th of July 2023 and introduced in the National Assembly on the 17th of August 2023. It was considered by the National Assembly and passed with amendments on the 21st of March 2024, following which it was referred to the Senate for its consideration. Honorable Speaker, could you kindly protect
I
me
can see you are struggling
from
to
Senator
statement.
Medhu?
Senator Medhu, Senator Wakoli. And this afternoon, Senator Medhu, you have caused a lot of confusion and problems in this chamber. I don't know. So, around the chair,
this is a very important statement,
Justice,
Mr. Speaker.
listen to what he is reading.
Because the bill in question, and the reason why we are reading this bill is to acquaint the members on the proposed amendments leading to the amendments to protect the mandate of this House from the law that was being pushed and that had been passed by the National Assembly.
Now you have enough protection.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, in the Senate, the bill was read a first time on 28th of March 2024, and it stood committed to the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and Human Rights. Honorable Speaker, the committee proceeded to consider the bill extensively, whereupon it made several observations. Among these include the bill, if passed, as it was passed from the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker, would fundamentally restrict the legislative and representative mandate of the Senate as provided under Article 96, 94, 109, 110, 112, and 114 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, the bill violates the Constitution by derogating from provisions of the Constitution and judicial pronouncements on the procedure for introduction and processing of legislation in the two houses of Parliament. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, the bill violates Article 118 of the Constitution by proposing that a committee of the Second House of Parliament can elect not to conduct public participation on account of public participation having been conducted by a committee of the other House of Parliament. And D, Mr. Speaker, the bill further contains provisions that would restrict access to judicial intervention as well as punish state officers and public officers, including members of this Honorable House, by introducing fetters and punitive measures to officers who would be deemed to have advised a House to pursue judicial intervention in a matter, and this is contrary to Article 236 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, consequently, by way of a report tabled in the Senate on Tuesday, 14th of May 2024, the committee recommended that the Senate rejects the bill at the second reading stage to pave way for mediation on the bill as contemplated under Article 113 of the Constitution. This, Mr. Speaker, would allow the two houses a time-bound window within which to agree on a version of the bill that may be passed by both houses of Parliament. Arising from this, Mr. Speaker, the committee did not propose any amendments to the bill at that particular stage. Now, Honorable Speaker, the Senate debated the Houses of Parliament Bicameral Bill 2023, National Assembly Bills number 44 of 2023, at second reading stage on various dates in the month of May, following which it voted on 30th July 2024 to have the bill read a second time. The import of this, Mr. Speaker, is that the bill will proceed to committee of the whole stage, where it will be considered clause by clause, and where amendments to the bill may be introduced and considered before the bill proceeds for its third reading. Noting this, Mr. Speaker, the committee resolved to revisit the bill with a view to proposing amendments to the bill for consideration by the House at Committee of the Whole House stage. In doing so, the committee reviewed previous bills on the procedure for processing legislation between the two houses of Parliament as passed by the Senate and referred to the National Assembly, as well as judicial pronouncements on the concurrence process on a bill as provided under Article 110, Sub-Article 3 of the Constitution of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, I am happy to report that the committee has now tabled proposed amendments to the bill for consideration by the Senate at Committee of the Whole House stage. And I take this opportunity to commend the members of the committee for their devotion and commitment to duty, which made the reconsideration of the bill success. I also wish to thank the Office of the Speaker and the Clerk of the Senate for the support extended to the committee in undertaking this very important assignment. Honorable Speaker, it is now my pleasure, duty pursuant to Order 148, one of the Senate Standing Orders, to present proposed committee stage amendments on the Houses of Parliament Bicameral Relations Bill 2023, National Assembly Bills number 44 of 2023 by the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights of this House. Mr. Speaker, thank you. Chairperson, Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, and I encourage members to read on these proposed amendments. They are very critical before the amendments are made. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Members have been well advised. Let's go now to statements pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B. We start with the Chair. Chair and Delegate and has a personal issue that is going to attend. Senator Karungo, you are the first on this order, but allow Senator Mwenda Gataya to read a statement. He has lost his sister, so he is running up and down to organize for the funeral. And I receive our condolences, Senator Mwenda Gataya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for intervening on my behalf. Honorable Speaker, allow me to read the statement on the activities of the Committee on Delegated Legislation for the period 1st of April 2024 to 30th of August 2024. Pursuant to Standing Order number 56(1)B of the Senate Standing Orders, Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B of the Senate Standing Orders to make a statement relating to the activities of the Committee on Delegated Legislation for the period April to August 2024. During the period, Honorable Speaker, under reference, the committee held a total of 41 sittings at which it considered various statutory instruments and held stakeholders' engagements. Committee benchmarking and stakeholders' engagements. Honorable Speaker, the committee did not undertake any benchmarking activities but engaged with 10 stakeholders in the coordination of various statutory instruments. On processing of statutory instruments, Honorable Speaker, the committee considered and acceded to the following statutory instruments. 1, the revision of laws under 2023. 2, the National Building Code 2024. 3, the Fisheries Management Regulations Legal Notice number 4956 of 2024. 4, the Survey Electronic Cadastral Transactions Amendments Regulation 2024, Legal Notice number 70 of 2024. The Community Land Amendments Regulations Legal Notice number 73 of 2024. The Land Registration Revocation Regulations Legal Notice number 75 of 2024, and the Climate Change Carbon Markets Regulations Legal Notice number 84 of 2024. The committee announced the following statutory instruments: the Social Erosion Insurance Fund Regulations, the Social Erosion Insurance Tribunal Procedure Laws, the Physical Land Use Regulations, Planning Fees and Amendments, the Land Amendments Regulation Legal Notice number 74 of 2024, and the Land Registration General Amendments Regulation Legal Notice number 77 of 2024. Honorable Speaker, the committee, through a motion, sought an extension for 3 statutory instruments on land matters, namely the various forms and the fees amendments rules Legal Notice number 69 of 2024, the Land Adjudication Amendments and Regulation Legal Notice number 76 of 2024, and the Survey Amendments Regulations Legal Notice number 71 of 2024. Honorable Speaker, these regulations later came into operation. Honorable Speaker, the committee formed its resolutions on the draft water sector trust fund projects, funding criteria, formulated pursuant to Section 116(3) of the Water Act, number 43 of 2016. The committee communicated its resolution to the Ministry of Water, Sanitation, and Irrigation for adoption of prior to publication of the same regulations. Honorable Speaker, during the period under review, the committee also considered the draft Affordable Housing Regulation 2024 and made several inputs prior to the publication by the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. During the preview, the committee also, Honorable Speaker, resolved to have the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development withdraw and republish 3 statutory instruments that were amended and expired statutory instruments. Honorable Speaker, and during the remainder of the third session, the committee has prioritized the conclusion of the consideration of statutory instruments before the committee. The committee also intends to engage with the counterpart committees of the county assemblies for capacity building. As I conclude, Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank the Office of the Speaker and the Clerk of the Senate for the steadfast support and they have accorded this committee, as well as members of the committee for their dedication, commitment to duty. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. This is Senator Mwenda Gataya, More Fire, Member of Parliament, Chairperson, Committee on Delegated Legislation. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, thank you, Senator Gataya, Chair and Delegated. Let's now go to the Chairperson, Standing Committee on Loans, Transportation and Housing. Kiambu, Senator. Senator Karungo Wadhangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, indeed, I am Karungo Wadhangwa, the Senator of Kiambu. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B to make a statement on the activities of the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing for the period commencing 1st of April 2024 to 30th June 2024. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Standing Committee on Road, Transportation and Housing is established under Standing Order 228(3) of the Senate Standing Orders and is mandated to consider all matters relating to transport, roads, public works, housing, construction and maintenance of roads, rails and buildings, seaports and communication. Mr. Speaker, sir, during the period under consideration, the committee held 18 sittings. The committee considered 2 bills, 1 legislative proposal, 1 petition, and 17 statements. And with me that I'll table, attached to this statement is a schedule of legislative business considered by the committee. During the period under review, 7 statements that have been referred to the committee in the previous reporting periods were considered but not concluded because the committee sought supplementary information from the respective government agencies. The committee has, however, received several responses to statement to which it intends to consider during a retreat of the committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee adopted a methodology of consideration of statements where it invites senators who request for statements referred to the committee before seeking a response from the relevant government agencies. Mr. Speaker, the purpose of this methodology is to apprise the committee on the nature of the statement, information gathering, policy review or intervention, deviation of law or processes that would call for oversight on the part of the committee, reduce the number of supplementary issues that are sought from the statements, and to provide clarity to an issue before the committee seeks for a response to the statement. If you allow me, Mr. Speaker, just for clarity, what I'm trying to say is that once we receive the statement from the Speaker, before we direct it to the agencies or government agencies to get a response, we first of all invite the senator who sought that statement so that they can give us more information, because we understood that our statements at this House, they are over-edited, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the reporting period, the committee held the following 2 consultative meetings. 1, with the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, to deliberate on conditional grants to counties on the Kenya Urban Support Program, that is KUSIP 2, and the Kenya Informal Settlement Improvement Project, that is KISIP 2. The committee will be further engaging the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development to ensure that eligible counties are prepared to absorb the funds from the grants. That is because we noted most counties are not prepared to absorb these funds, Mr. Speaker.